Live from WQAD, News 8 at 5 starts now.
Good evening, I'm John Diaz.
And I'm Linda Swinford. Thank you for joining us at 5. A new approach to helping the homeless in the Quad Cities. 5 housing assistance groups connect with landlords, giving advice on renting to those in need.
But as News 8's Jonathan Fong reports, many landlords face challenges when renting to the homeless, and those issues go beyond just paying rent on time. It's new tonight at 5.
For many who are homeless, the chance to rent again is a ray of hope.
Right now, I rented a room to a guy that his mother passed away, and he needed a place to go, and he's a good kid, so I'm helping him out. Why not? Why not help people,
With the average cost of monthly rent in the U.S. rising sharply last year by as much as 40% in some cities, housing assistance groups in the Quad Cities are working hard to provide aid.
Having your housing needs met, is really the whole of it.
On Wednesday, the groups hosted the Rent It Forward event, educating landlords on how grant money can subsidize costs for the homeless and how to work with these tenants.
And build relationships between tenants, agencies, and landlords.
But some property owners find it difficult renting to the homeless. They often need to lower prices for low-income renters to qualify for assistance, and the aid only lasts so long.
So the biggest concern is that rapid rehousing will only last for up to 12 months. And so you have that big accountability piece for a year. So then after when we leave, people that are used to living in a crisis situation, you revert back to your old ways and what you've known. And so we've heard that from landlords, that the concern is that, once you step out, it all kind of can fall apart.
And for some landlords, the problems go beyond rent payments.
One of the issues is just hygiene. If they've been homeless for a while, their hygiene patterns are not what you want in your apartment or your house or whatever.
But overcoming these challenges can make all the difference for the homeless.
If you have a place to go that's affordable and safe, you then can give back to your community. So it makes your community more whole and better, and goes into the businesses too.
In Moline, Jonathan Fong, WQAD News 8.
And if you know someone in need of housing assistance, you can find more information on our website, WQAD.com.
Iowa is still waiting on about $51 million to help rebuild electric vehicle infrastructure along Iowa's interstates. That will come from the federal government. Iowa DOT says that money would be spent on things like installing charging portals along I-80 and 35 and putting more charges in metro areas. A crash on the Illinois side of the I-74 bridge sent 4 people to the hospital today. Moline police responding to the crash. They tell us the driver of that white car changed lanes, clipping a semi. The semi then hit another car. The collision sent both cars into the center divider. The 4 people who were taken to the hospital had non-life-threatening injuries. And what a perfect day. Oh, my goodness. Woke up this morning. It was nice and cool. Good day for a run.
Did you go running? I know you were planning on that.
I did. And
yes.
It was one of those mornings where it was cool enough you could just run on and on. Did I? Absolutely not.
No, quick run. Yeah. James joining us now with more on when we can run again.
Interesting adventure. Okay. But you got outside.
I did.
That was a good thing. Yeah, it was very refreshing this morning. I took the dogs out around the neighborhood, take advantage of that nice refreshing start with temperatures actually started off in the 50s, even some lower 60s. A lot of sunshine once again today. You could not find a cloud anywhere, and with that drier place, we're able to quickly warm up those numbers in the 80s, warmer 80s, mainly along and even west of the river. At the airport of Moline, 86 degrees. You're actually checking out the high for the day. Dew point temperature around 62 degrees. So the humidity outside has been actually quite tolerable. Dry, and that's going to allow that temperature to once again cool off pretty quickly. Before midnight or around that, we'll already be in the upper 60s. And we'll likely bottom out, I think this time right around 60, though outline areas could actually see temperatures even a few degrees cooler than that. Should set the stage for another warm and dry day. Got some slight little tweaks, so heading to the start of our upcoming Labor Day weekend. I'll show you what those are coming up in just a few minutes. John?
All right, thanks, James. We have continuing coverage tonight. An energy infrastructure company is proposing running a carbon capture pipeline through part of Scott County. If approved, the roughly 300-mile-long pipeline would capture carbon dioxide from the 2 ADM ethanol plants in Cedar Rapids and Clinton. It would be operated by Wolf Carbon Solutions and transported and stored deep underground in central Illinois. Wolf says it will help ethanol companies meet federal and state government requests to limit greenhouse gas emissions, but not all landowners are on board with the project.
We don't want it here, just for the fact that I don't believe that it's a true thing that's going to solve the carbon crisis release from corn plants.
Wolf says it wants to work with landowners around the pipeline route. It's hoping the project can be done through voluntary easements instead of the company taking land through eminent domain.
The Davenport Fire Department broke ground today on a new station. The new facility will be at Brady Street and Welcome Way. It will replace the current Station 3 at 35th and Harrison. Construction is expected to wrap up by the end of next year. The project will cost just over $10 million and modernize the station to accommodate male and female firefighters.
This location will actually get us to move through traffic a little bit easier, which hopefully will reduce our response times so we can get to our emergencies a little bit quicker.
The new location will better serve one of the fastest growing areas in Davenport.
And this fall, drivers in downtown Davenport might notice construction crews around City Hall. Workers are repairing the clock tower and the building exterior. They're patching cracks, holes, and wear and tear. Construction crews estimate it will cost $500,000. The project is expected to wrap up around November. All right, still ahead, a state of emergency.
The systemic issues Mississippi leaders think led to a water crisis.
And around